Hello, my name is Alexis Crook. I am a customer success manager here at ProSymmetry. In this video, I'm going to be talking through using roadmaps within Tempus. So I will go through a bit of the settings, as well as create a model and look at the model that we have created. So starting off, what are roadmaps within Tempus? This is a tool that allows you to outline your projects, their timeline, milestones, and/or risks. So within Tempus, you have the ability to build custom roadmaps based on your individual attributes. Again, you can identify those portfolio risks. So there's two, in this case, overallocation and concurrency risk, and configure those thresholds as well within your individual roadmaps. You can view the progress of your project based on your actual hours within Tempus. You can choose to view milestones, and also create roadmap specific milestones. And then lastly, you can share these roadmaps with other Tempus users if you would like. I am within my Tempus homepage here, and there is a tile called Roadmap Management. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And here I can see the roadmaps that I have either created myself and/or have been shared with me. But for today's purpose, I'm going to go ahead and create a new roadmap. Within here, lots of options. I definitely recommend also checking out the Help Center article specific to building a roadmap. I'm going to go through these pretty quickly here. So first thing you can do here is enter a name for your roadmap. So I'm going to do, let's do 2023 roadmap. All right. From here, you can give it a theme, meaning a color. You can also give it a description if you would like. Moving down to this display, you have the ability to group up to 3 levels within your roadmap. So in this case, I'm going to do project priority as my first level of grouping, second level of grouping. Let's just go ahead and do project manager. And again, you can do up to 3 levels. My data order here, you can define if you want the roadmap to be sorted by name or start date, and then also in ascending or descending order. You can identify your default period here. So when you come into the roadmap, do you want it to be grouped by week, month, quarter, year? You can edit those within the roadmap, but what do you want to be defaulted? So the next option here is default period. So you have the ability to identify what is the default view that you want to see when you come into your roadmap in terms of week, month, quarter, year. You can adjust those within the roadmap itself, but what do you want to be the default period? Next option here is dynamic project inclusion. This is a feature that allows you to identify if a new project is created within Tempus that fits into the requirements of this roadmap. Do you want it to be automatically included? So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and select yes, and I want that to be my allocation data set. Once you have dynamic project inclusion turned on, you do not have the ability to select specific projects here down at the bottom, and I will get more into that in just a second. But if you want to only include a few specific projects, then you would have this turned off. And now you can see here I can check and uncheck my projects. But again, for the case of this video, I'm going to keep that on for my allocation data set. Next, we have our unselected projects plan type. So this is going to be working with our risks that I will talk about in a little bit. We've got our overallocation risk and our concurrency risk. So where do you want that information to be pulled from? So if you are using multiple data sets, you have the ability to choose which of those. I would say majority would stick to the allocation data set, but again, you have the choice here. Next option, you can toggle on if you want to show your project milestones within the model. I will toggle that on. Next option, show progress. So this is going to be a calculation that is based on your actual allocation of that project divided by your planned allocation. So if you are time within Tempus, you have the ability to show progress of the projects within your roadmap. Next, we have include demand planning resources. So again, this is going to fall under the realm of those risks. Do you want to see the risks of your demand planning resources? You can choose to turn this on or off. Now, here are the two kind of thresholds that you can identify specific to those risks. So we've got our over allocation risk. This is basically going to tell you which resources are over allocated by this percentage that you determine. Down here, we have our concurrency risk. Again, the concurrency risk is going to be a resource on X amount of projects. So in this case, I want it to be identified as a risk if my resources are on more than 5 projects at one time. I want to see that. You can adjust these numbers according to whatever works best for your organization, but these are the two just out of the box standard thresholds. Lastly, you can identify how you want the name of your projects to show up within the roadmap. So in this case, I only have name, but maybe I also want to see, maybe we can do start date of the project and end date of the project. And how do I want those name fields separated? A dash, a comma, or a space. In this case, I'm okay keeping it as a dash. All right, I'm going to move back up to the top quickly. Over on the right side here, we have our permissions. So you can identify which resources or users you want to have the ability to view this roadmap and or edit this roadmap. You can do this based on individual resources. You can see I have named resources down here. And I also have global roles up here. So if you want maybe only admins to be able to edit it, you can do something like that. We have the ability to identify colors associated to, in this case, my project managers. Over on the right-hand side, you can adjust these colors if you would like. Now, this is where you have the ability to create this roadmap specific milestone. So maybe if you have, I don't know, an annual audit or something like that, and that's going to be February 1st. I'm going to go ahead and create that. And then when we go into the roadmap view, I will show you what that looks like. You can also identify a color here. Now down here at the bottom, this is where I'm seeing all of my projects. You can filter by these dates. You can filter by specific projects. Again, if you only want to maybe pull in a few projects, you can do so here. But again, since I have that dynamic project inclusion turned on, I don't have the ability to select individual projects. All right, from here, I'm going to save this, navigate back, and I'm going to click into my roadmap here. So I'm going to group these up. First thing that I have, or first thing that I'm seeing is my project priorities. I can click into a priority and I can see my project manager, I believe I selected. In this case, I am seeing today. And I'm also seeing that annual audit that I have included as that roadmap milestone. Right now, it looks like I have progress turned on. I'm going to turn that off just for the sake of going through each of those different risks and or showing progress. But for now, here is what I'm seeing. I've got my project name here, my start date and my end date. Let's see if I have any milestones within here. Here's one. So this is what your milestones will show up as within the roadmap. So if you have them on all projects, they will all be appearing within here. Also looks like I have some dependencies showing and so forth. Now I'm going to get back into these different roadmap so first one that I'm going to show is my over allocation risk. So when I turn that on, you can see here that a few of my projects are now shaded within specific months. And if I click on any of those, you will see this resources at risk little area pop up. This is going to show within this month who is the most over allocated. So in this case, we've got Sue Foster. Looks like she is extremely over allocated, test environment here. But you will be able to kind of see those resources, who is at risk. And this is going to show you the top 5 resources. Next, we've got our concurrency risk. And again, this is going to show you if resources are assigned to more than 5 projects in this case. So again, I can click on one of these shaded areas, and you can see here, same little pop-up shows up, resources at risk, and this is resources on 7 projects during this month. Maybe we should reevaluate. Similarly, 6 projects during this month. The last option here is progress. I know I toggled this off just a minute ago, but I will show it again. In this case, right now, all of my projects are showing 0%. Just again, test environment. I don't have actual information within here, but this will take your actual allocation, divide it by your planned allocation, and give you that percentage. All right, that is the basics of roadmaps. Again, highly recommend checking out the Help Center for all details on creating roadmaps. But as always, if you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you.